Okay, so let's see. All right, define the terms empirical formula. We have studied that before. Maybe you have forgotten it because, like, we have read it like say a month or two ago. So just read out the whole chapter, and you should be able to answer like define the terms. What is cation? What is anion? What is elemental ion? Okay, I think elemental ion means like -1 or +1, and in case of polyatomic, it will be greater than -1 or greater than +1. Okay.
Mm.
Valency, you know that the uh, okay, you don't have to tell me what is valency, but tell me what is the difference between valency and valence electron. Do you remember?
Valency is the amount, the difference the outer shell has from a complete electron, like shell. Like for example, chlorine has a valency of 1, while sodium also has a valency of 1. But the valence electron is like what it has. Like sodium has a valency of plus, meaning that it's one more than the actual its full shell, while chlorine has one less, which is -1.
Okay, you have, I think, forgotten the topic. Okay, no, that is not the thing. Okay. All right, so a valency electron means that at the very easy at the outermost shell, the number of electrons in the outermost shell. Valency electron is number of electrons in the outermost shell. Okay, so for chlorine, it will be, tell me now what?
7.
Okay, number of electrons in the outermost shell. Okay. And the like definition for valency is to some extent correct, but you have to mention some other topics as well. Like, yes, you are mentioning the charge, but why is it like that? You have to mention like uh, in case of -1 charge, why is it chlorine taking another electron? You have to explain, because if it receives another electron, it will fill the outermost shell. Okay, it might fill the octet. Okay. And in case of sodium, if it releases another electron and forms a +1 charged ion, its outermost shell will be filled as well. Okay, you have to explain it like that. I'm not saying that you have to memorize and say everything, but with proper examples, you have to explain it so that the question setter or examiner is convinced that you have understood it. Okay, and you will be convinced as well. In any sort of particular topic, if you were able to explain anything with relevant examples, and you are like at that level that you can explain that thing to maybe your friend or another like student, that is the highest level of like understanding. Okay. All right. What term best describes each of the following: a solid form during a precipitation reaction? A solid form. I just hate these questions, I mean, whenever I see these questions at every chapter, like, why can't I say a solid form during a precipitation reaction? Like precipitate, maybe precipitate, I guess, right? Maybe that should be the term. An equation that shows the ions that participate in a chemical equation. Okay, that will be ionic equation. Data that can be counted, for example, on. Okay, the name for that was like very silly question. I've forgotten what was the name for that. 1, 2, 3. Data that can be counted. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Data that can be counted. 1, 2, 3. Wasn't it like the part of the previous chapter or something? Okay, you will check it in your book, and it will be a practice as well. I mean, the thing, I mean, this is not an ununderstandable thing. Okay, you understand this, but like defining the terms, you have to like pinpoint every line at the book. Okay, right? So just check it, and you will be able to go through the pages as well. That is good as well. All right, so I have okay. Spectator ion, you haven't, I think, studied about spectator ion as of yet. but we'll study it when we get into oxidation reduction reactions. Okay. Type of graph used to summarize proportional data. That is like part of the practicals. Recall the meaning of the name species in chemistry. Okay, that's not part of what we studied actually. Maybe it's in the practicals. State the meaning of the following terms: precipitation reaction, neutralization reaction. Precipitation reaction is a particular reaction where we get that sort of at least one of that sort of product which gets precipitated, and neutralization reaction is that sort of a reaction where an acid and base reacts to form neutralized compounds like salts and water. Okay? You can write it in your language as well. Just make
Okay.
sure to provide examples. To name the following ionic compounds: K2S, calcium sulfide. Okay, tell me. These are good questions. K2S, what will be the name for it?
Potassium sulfide.
Sulfide with a D, okay?
Yes.
Next, CaSO4.
Calcium sulfate.
Then PbCO3, then
Lead carbonate.
lead carbonate. Then ALN.
Aluminium nitro. Is it nitride?
Yes, D with a D, okay? Nitride.
Yeah. Yeah. And that would be sodium nitrate for E.
Nitride. Right. Write formulas for the following ionic compounds. Tell me, copper 2 sulfate. What should it look like?
That'd be CuSO3.
No, it's not sulfide, it's sulfate.
Oh, SO4.
Okay. Next, tin 4 chloride. Let me tell you, tin's like not formula, like symbol is Sn. Okay, because it's termed as stannous, and then we got tin from stannous. So tin 4 chloride, what will it be?
Tin.
What is the like charge of chloride?
Chloride. Chloride. -1.
-1, right? What did we learn? In
Yes.
case of forming a compound, what does happen between valencies or the charges?
It would connect.
They would get interchanged, right?
Yes.
So let us write first Sn and Cl. Now tell me, what should I write in case of Sn and what should I write in case of Cl?
Oh, it has this 4 in front of it. Sn would be 0.
0.
Not 0. Not 0, but like just Cl would be 4.
Cl will be 4, right?
Yeah, I don't know what to write. It's Sn. It's just
Sn
there.
1, you don't have to write 1. We don't write 1. Okay?
Yeah, that's I got confused with that.
Again, potassium phosphide. Potassium phosphide. So Kp. Okay, so phosphide's valency is, tell me.
-2.
3 minus. Why -2? You don't have to guess. You can take time. Okay, tell me that. Okay, let me think. So you will think. Okay, so phosphorus has an atomic number of 15. Okay, which is 3 less than argon. Argon has 18, right? So to get the electronic configuration of argon, it has to receive 3 more electrons, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
That is why P3 minus, and obviously this will get to potassium, and potassium's one will get to P. Okay, so K3P would be our desired, what can I say, like formula. And what will be for calcium phosphate? PO4. PO4 is phosphate. What is the charge for
Minus
PO4?
Uh,
See, where I told you a particular like method. If you forget, it won't work for all the like composite ions, but in some cases you will get the idea. Like four oxygens, that means 4 multiplied by -2. What do we get? -8.
-8.
In case of phosphorus, we get +5. So what will be the neat charge? Neat charge will be -3. Okay.
Okay.
But it won't be the case for all the composite ions because there are two terms regarding this. One is octet expansion, and another one is octet, what can I say, like shrinkage, maybe shrinkage, or maybe I don't know the term. Okay, but this is not inside our syllabus, so we won't study that. Okay, all right. But at your level, it's best to remember the like ions. Okay, like phosphate is a
Okay.
very common ion. You have to remember it. Okay, all right. I know, I understand. Like you have read it like 1.5 months or 2 months before, so that is the reason. All right, identify the most appropriate graphical format for the number of students planning to study. Okay, graphical format. Okay, so okay, differentiate between ionize and dissociate. We have studied that before, so it will be your homework to write it down. Okay, or at least
Okay.
check it. Okay, even if you don't,
Okay.
because this is a very important question, I guess. Like at some level, I guess you would study chemistry. I don't know how your school curriculum works. So then you would get this sort of question. Okay, write ionic equations from the following overall balance neutralization equations. So in this case, you have to write the whole thing. You cannot just write in case of like potassium chloride or like only for water, you have to write the whole thing. Like for
No.
instance, if I show you one, so this one. So you write like this: H plus Cl minus plus K plus OH minus, then K plus Cl minus plus H plus OH minus. Okay. And if you want, you could like give a bracket. Okay. But it's not necessary. You could give a bracket. Bracket in which case? Bracket in the cases where like two ions combining together had formed a compound. Okay, like H plus and Cl minus had formed a compound, K plus and OH minus had formed a compound, like that. Okay. Right. And in this way, you can do the next one as well. Right, ionic equations from the following or balance precipitation equations. Okay, I don't know what is the difference between 9 and 10 because like this is the, I mean exactly the same thing. There is no difference at all. Okay.
Mm.
So maybe what could be the differences, like in case of precipitation reaction, you are just writing for the solid compounds, okay, like lead hydroxide or maybe barium sulfate, like that. Okay. A solubility curve. I mean, I cannot explain these to you because like these involve like various practical implications. Okay, even if I explain these to you, this would be like get out of your head. Okay, so it's better that you involve it, get involved in the classes. Okay, all right. Okay, practical investigations. Determination of the solubility of potassium chlorate. Potassium chlorate is KClO3. Okay, uh, just remember it because as it is written in the book. But other than that, you don't have to like what can I say, explain why potassium chlorate has a charge of like, say for instance, -1. Okay, or sorry, I mean, chlorate has a charge of -1. You don't have to explain it at this level, but you have to remember the formula for potassium chlorate. Okay, what do you think? What should be the charge of chlorine? Let's see your intuition power. Say in case of KClO3, what should be the charge of chlorine?
Where is it?
Here it is KClO3.
Oh, okay. -2 times 3 equals -6 -1 W +1. Okay, no, I need to actually do maths. Okay.
It should be
That'll be
plus
minus
5, okay, right?
plus
+5.
+5.
Yes.
Oh, I was gonna say -3.
1 second. KClO3 Cl oxidation number. Yes, +5, okay? +5. All right. So these things would be studied, but I don't actually they could be studied at this level as well. Okay, I will show you somewhat later at some stage. And redox reactions. Okay, redox reactions. Just give you a brief idea. Okay, we'll like get into deeper explanations the next day. So redox reactions, rate plus ox equal to redox. Okay, rate plus ox equals to redox. Now here red represents reduction, ox represents oxidation. Now what does reduction mean? Reduction means that like, I mean, what can I say? Taking electron. Okay, taking electron. And what is oxidation? Oxidation means donating electron. So based on this like very simple explanation, tell me, so would this particular element, sodium, would it take part in reduction or oxidation? Tell me.
Oxidation.
Oxidation, right? And chlorine would take part in
Reduction.
reduction. However, it's not that simple. We have to like consider all the equations and then how is the oxidation number changing and what is the oxidation number, etc., etc. So we will dive deeper into those in the next day. And when could be the next day? I'm busy tomorrow. 3rd October. 3rd October. When can you give me a time on 3rd October?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I'll
so
be out all day.
3rd October is Monday. You will be out Monday. Okay. So what about Tuesday?
That'll
That is
work.
4th October.
Tuesday, we can do Tuesday. At 4:30 to 5:30.
Okay, 4th October. Tuesday. What did you say? 4:30, right?
4:30.
That is 1:30 p.m. Okay, 1:30 p.m. or okay. So it will be here in the recording, and I will write it down in the WhatsApp as well. Okay. All right.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Allah Hafiz. See you then.